here's the thing, guys. I gotta be 100% honest, open, transparent with you. I can't prove that he hadn't taken MK677. It's possible.
And this is the kicker that I wanted to basically make this whole video about. So what is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm back with you with a banger video, and today it is the new fake natty or whatever, the new Hussein Farhat. We got Julian Fitzgerald. This kid, I believe he's 18 or 19 years old. He claims natty, and obviously no one believes his natty. You saw that video of him training with Larry Wheels. I made a video where I reacted to like Greg, Hussein, and Aldura doing natty or nots, and I said he wasn't natural. I'm just looking at him. I'm absolutely saying not natural. Guy is freaking massive. He's young. And he's like, when in that video with Larry Wheels, he was like looking just as big as Larry Wheels there. Bro doesn't look natural. He's super jacked. He's a young kid. Obviously, everyone's saying he's not natural. But yesterday, or today anyway, I don't know. Maybe it was yesterday or today. Probably today. A video dropped, none other than from Greg Doucette.
1 in a million.
And I just want to get some things straight right out of the gate, right away, just so we're all on the same page. People don't understand that the blood work will not lie. People think, oh, you can just hop off with blood work. No, it doesn't work like that. Yes, on a drug test, you could take like test suspension or whatever, and you can trick that within like a week. You can hop off and then you could pass a drug test. But blood work, it takes months in order for blood work to fix itself from taking steroids and shit. And that also depends on the dose and all stuff like that. There is no shot in like a week or two your blood work is going to be back to normal if you were taking any kind of performance enhancing drug. So a lot of people are like,
oh, of course, you know, if he passes the blood work doesn't mean he's natural, he just hopped off.
No. Greg in the video says, you know, he messaged him and he told him, get tested now. So he wouldn't have had time to hop off. So whatever the blood work, and I've already watched the video, so whatever the blood work shows is accurate. He can't just change his markers by hopping off. It doesn't happen that quick. So this surefire way is Julian Fitzgerald.
Natural or not.
And so his fasting glucose level is, get this, 92. Not the pause, not the dramatic pause. And so here's the thing. It's high. It's not good. He may in fact be pre-diabetic. Now, his A1C, it's 5.6, which is only 0.1 below being pre-diabetic. And so he's on the cusp, and he's only 18 years of age. I do believe he's in greater danger than other people may think. If you look at the totality of the blood work and look at all the individual pieces, it's not looking good for Julian.
So a big highlight anyway that I found, or you know, from watching Greg's video, is he's literally on the breach of getting diabetes, which is, I mean, I would never have, you know, thought about that or even suspected that. So I mean, that's kind of crazy. I mean, obviously, if you go watch Greg's video more in detail, he explains how, you know, this and that, how it all adds up and shit. I'm really not an expert on this stuff. I'm kind of just reporting what I'm seeing. I mean, I'm not an expert at all. I'm a 16-year-old idiot living in their parents' attic, filming videos on my cell phone and a laptop, watching YouTube videos on natty or not. So definitely not an expert. But yeah, bro's pre-diabetic, which is not good, especially at, you know, his age, only 19, not good for his health, which I thought was another highlight of this. But Greg, if you watch his actual video, he goes over how all the different markers add up, and overall, in conclusion here, in this part, he's still natural. So
up to this point, it seems as though he's not getting these results from using performance-enhancing drugs, but that he's just simply pre-diabetic. But We need to see the IGF-1 levels. Is it possible he's simply abusing insulin, growth hormone, and so on? And so his IGF-1 levels, they're 276. This is well within the normal range. Now, if he had stopped taking those compounds a couple weeks before the test, it would have allowed IGF-1 levels to go back down in the normal range. And so here's the thing, guys. I'm going to be 100% honest, open, transparent with you. I can't prove that he hadn't taken MK677. It's possible. If you're looking for that excuse that you don't believe that he's 1 in a million, then you got it. You can say, you know what? The reason he's the freakiest physique ever of 18-year-old is because he took MK. If MK got that physique, then guess what? Everyone and their mom is going to be on MK677. It doesn't work that effectively. Oh, he was on MK. MK doesn't make you put on 25 pounds of muscle. I mean, it's going to help, but it's not that effective.
And this is the kicker that I wanted to basically make this whole video about. So, overall, when Greg's reviewing the blood work and shit, everything comes clean apart from this, which Greg says, because he's, open, honest, and transparent, it's possible he's on MK677. Now, is MK alone gonna, like he says, you take the average guy or whatever, or even someone with great genetics, like if I took MK, I ain't gonna freaking look like that. Are you nuts? It's not that effective. But what I think is glanced over is, what if you already... So this kid, Julian, regardless of if he's on, whatever, guy has incredible genetics for putting on muscle. So Greg says, oh, well, MK, it's not that effective where you're going to look like that. But what if, because his genetics are so good, and he took MK... then he gets a physique like that. Now, maybe if he, stops the MK, and then maybe he'll lose 5 or 10 pounds, somewhere in that range of muscle or whatever, he'd still look unbelievable. But the MK is giving him that little bit extra, that little bit extra. So, I don't know. It's tough for me to believe, because like he said, that's totally a possibility, and I think that could be very possible, not taking away the fact that he wouldn't have an impeccable physique if maybe he wasn't on MK, which there's no proof for sure that he is. It's just Greg cannot prove that he isn't. So that's a possibility. Think with it which you will. Personally, I would give him now... Everything else Greg went on in the video steers towards him being natural, other than the possibility of MK677. So, I don't know. I would honestly give him a 50-50. I'd give him a coin flip. This is just my opinion, if he is actually natural or if he is on MK. Because yes, MK is not... it's probably one of the more, out of all the performance-enhancing drugs, probably the one that's going to give you, the least results. I would say, not saying that it doesn't work, it definitely does, but out of, testosterone and D-ball and Anavar and Tren and stuff like that, I feel like it's lower on the, not lower on side effects, because it definitely has some side effects, but it's lower in terms of the kind of results you'd see. So what I think could be happening is he just has such good genetics, and it's possible he's taking MK, and that could give him an extra 5 or 10 pounds of muscle, give or take, something in that range. That's just my opinion, but hey, do with what you will with it. I can totally understand how you can believe he's natural, because everything else in the blood work points in the direction, if you watch Greg's video, of him being natural, other than this one marker. So It's tough for me to swallow. Again, I said 50-50 chance if he's on it. Even if he wasn't on MK, he would still be unbelievable. He'd lose like 5 or 10 pounds, and you'd still say he's not natural, because when he stands next to Larry Wheels, bro looks absolutely unbelievable. Even if he lost like 5 pounds of muscle and he stood next to Larry Wheels, he would still look impeccable. Everyone would still be saying he's not natural, even though he is. So regardless of if he's on MK or not, this kid is a 1 in a billion.
1 in a 1 in a million.
All right, even if he is on it, because he would still be so good without it. It's just there's a possibility that he's on it that's giving him a small extra little boost there, 5 to 10 pounds of muscle, give or take. So this kid is pretty much the new Hussein Farhat. Literally, probably the only person who has a better transformation than Hussein Farhat, although the transformation, he started out already at like 14 and shit, already having a shit ton of muscle. So I don't know, 50-50 chance. That's the video. Just wanted to go over that. Definitely go watch Greg's video. He's got 2 parts to it where he discusses everything so you can form your own opinion. Greg is saying natural. I'm giving him a 50-50 if he's on MK or not. That's just my opinion. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new here. I will see you in the next one. Peace.